good afternoon, good morning, and good night. Hope you're all doing great. Let's talk about Islam and interest, or riba as it's known in Islam. So, how's it defined? It's commonly translated to mean usury or money lending, at least that's what Google tells me. But Arabic words tend to be a little more sophisticated in their connotation, so let's break it down. In Surah Al-Ra'd, it's used as a word for transitory excess, a swelling, a Facian and disgusting increase, a surplus, in other words. In Surah Al-Baqarah, it's an immediate increase, an immediate surplus. And of course, the Westerners want to define it as to become high or elevated, to overlook. It comes from the trilateral root, ra, ba, waw, which is interesting because there's another trilateral root that shares 2 out of 3 of the same words. And what is that? Rabaha. He gained, he profited. Irbah, you profit, I profit. Rabaht. Those are both words for surplus. Whereas one is a profit, it's money you get in excess, it is a surplus. The other is an immediate and disgusting surplus. And that's what riba is. But why are we not just defining it as interest? Now, I'll get to that right here. When we break it down, there's 2 types of riba. Riba al-fadl, which is the riba of surplus. So we can't exactly define riba as surplus, because how could you have surplus of surplus? Doesn't make any sense. Which is basically the unequal exchange of goods and commodities, yada yada yada. Price fixing, arbitrage, money changing. So if you have 1 pound of rocks for 2 pounds of rocks, that's riba. I mean, it's a dumb example, but it's an example anyways. Riba al-nasi'a, riba of delay. This is more common in the modern world, which is your late fees, your interest, your APR. So this is charging additional fees or interest. So a type of riba involves charging interest. So how can a type of riba be charging a type of riba? Be charging riba if we were to take interest as a translation for riba? It doesn't work out that great. So that's why we want to define it, so we can understand these types a little better. So, what does the Quran and Hadith say about riba? Well, it's simple really. It's haram. Why is it haram? Because God said so. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Surah Al-Baqarah, He said He's permitted trade and has forbidden interest. So we can trade with each other as long as we don't dabble in riba. Surah Al-Imran, do not consume interest. Pretty cut and dry. And Surah Al-Nur, interest will not increase wealth with God. Only in the dunya, only in the earth, not in the hereafter. What does the Hadith say about it? Obviously, the Messenger of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will agree with God. But he's going to go more in depth. So the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, do not sell gold for gold unless it's equivalent in weight, and do not sell less amount for greater amount, or vice versa. He also said, he cursed actually, the one who accepted usury, the one who paid for it, the witness to it, and the one who recorded it. So what exactly do the other Abrahamic religions think of riba? Well, unsurprisingly, it's still haram. In the book of Exodus, it says, if you lend money to one of my people among you who is needy, do not be like a money lender, charge him no interest. You could tell I'm reading. I'm not great at reading. Anyway, so this is to the Israelites. God is speaking to them through Moses, and he's telling them, hey, cut it out. Don't charge each other interest. In the Old Testament, we have Ezekiel, the prophecies of the prophet Ezekiel during the exile. He lends at interest and takes a profit. Will such a man live? He will not. Because he has done all these detestable things, he is to be put to death. So Ezekiel addresses issues of responsibility, accountability before God, and it specifically highlights interest here, which is interesting. And of course we have the New Testament. And Jesus went into the temple of God and cast out all of them that sold and bought in the temple, and overthrew the tables of money changers and the seats of them that sold doves. So money changers is the word here. So riba, money changing, is riba. So Jesus literally turned the tables on the money changers when he entered the temple of Jerusalem during Passion Week, the last week of the ministry. So what exactly constitutes riba? Well, it's simple really. You want to go to the store and buy something, that's fine. That's your business. Say you want to buy a pack of gum for $2. You want to buy a pack of gum for $2? You do that. More power to you. Say you know the guy, hey Tony, I don't have $2 on me. I'll run home and I'll get you it next time I come in. No problem. It's on your tab. That's okay. Deferred payment is fine. It's not all about. What's not fine is, I'll tell you right now. What's not fine is if your buddy Tony has a $2 bill and he's like, hey, I know your daughter likes to collect these. I'll charge you $3 for the $2 bill. That's not okay. But if your buddy Tony just wants to break it into quarters or singles, he's asking you, Tony wants 8 quarters for his $2 bill. That's fine as long as it's immediate. You don't run to your car, take his $2 bill and run to your car to get your quarters. No, it has to be immediate. Instead of being like, hey, I'll take that, run to your car, 5 minutes later you have 8 quarters that you got from the cup holder. That's not okay. What you have to do is say, all right, I'll get you your quarters, give me a second. Go to the car, get 8 quarters, and exchange it immediately. You can't give him 7 quarters for it. You can't give him $3 for it. That's riba. But what's not riba is 1-to-1. $1 for $1. $5 for 5 singles. That's fine. Goods for goods is fine as well, as long as they're of equal quality and it's immediate. Why can't it be delayed? Say, let's harken back to the olden days here. Say you want to trade barley for wheat. 2 pounds of barley for 1 pound of wheat. That's no problem. Do it immediately. Don't wait until next harvest. Why? Why not? It's still wheat. Yeah, but the price of wheat will fluctuate. So it's not going to be an equal exchange anymore. Say the market price for wheat was 1 pound of barley for 2 pounds of wheat. Next season, it's 2 pounds of wheat for 1 pound of barley. I think I said the same thing, but you get the idea. Exchange of goods for goods with delayed delivery. Just as I said, riba, not allowed. Now, what about unequal exchange of money for money? Go back to Tony, $3 for $2. No go, not allowed. What about currency for currency? That's fine. Say you got €2. I'm pretty sure the exchange rate is like 1-to-1 now. Still, you have €2 and your buddy has $3. You could exchange that as long as it's immediate. You go to the teller, hey man, I want €5. €5? Okay, give me $10. That's fine. Value's unequal. As long as he doesn't tell you to wait 2 hours for your money, and you give him your money, and you wait 2 hours, you get your euros. That's wrong. Because again, the price can fluctuate. Inflation, whatnot. Price of currency does fluctuate. What about money for money with delayed delivery? Again, Tony, good old Tony. You take his $2 and you run to your car with it. What are you? That's not okay, man. What about currency for currency? Delayed delivery. Again, they go to the I don't know what they're called. The money changer? Not the money changers. The people who change your money at the airport, whatever they may be called. Say you want to buy some pounds, some lira, some whatever, and they say, okay, we don't have it right now. Just wait 2 hours. We'll take your money though, and be back in 2 hours to receive your whatever. I mean, you'd be stupid to take that deal. I wouldn't give somebody money without any guarantee of getting it back. But still, that would be riba. That would be haram. That's pretty much all there is to it for at a cursory glance. That's all you need to know. And, thank you for listening.